Celebrating a life in drawing now in the Sign Zone on BBC Two with a grumpy but big-hearted illustrator just brimming with deadpan humour.
Now we go into the Sign Zone here on BBC Two with heroic RNLI volunteers saving lives at sea.
Taking a look at a controversial new benefit system now in the Sign Zone. Later than billed, Panorama investigates the universal credit crisis.
Now in the Sign Zone on BBC Two, an authentic breakfast, Kashmiri style.
Panorama begins tonight's Sign Zone on BBC Two, including some images and accounts of self-harm, which some viewers may find upsetting. Is the care for our children's mental health being rationed?
Staying in the Sign Zone now on BBC Two as we go inside a truly global protest movement. With some strong language, this is the Extinction Rebellion.
Now on BBC Two Sign Zone, with some strong language and adult humour, we're signing on with Mandy. We're in the Sign Zone now here on BBC Two with a surprise selection of ingredients and a £10 budget. A family of 4 must be fed.
Now on BBC Two in the Sign Zone, and the clock back to 1973, back in time for the factory.
Will a meal for the Royal Veterinary College turn into a dog's dinner now in the Sign Zone on BBC Two in Celebrity MasterChef?
Drama in the Sign Zone now on BBC Two with a revelation in Holby City.
Now the Sign Zone continues on BBC Two with extraordinary life-changing moments shared.
Stories of bravery from around the British coast now on BBC Two Sign Zone as we race to the rescue with the lifeboat volunteers saving lives at sea.
Now in the Sign Zone on BBC Two, more first-hand footage and extraordinary stories from the unpaid volunteers of the RNLI risking their own lives to save others.
Now on BBC Two, the Sign Zone with some surprise valuations.
Now on the Sign Zone on BBC Two, it's peak holiday season, but where will Ramesh's latest misadventure take him? It all starts with some beautiful feedback and some strong language.
Into the Sign Zone now on BBC Two, and later than billed, exploring the decisions made by the US as COVID-19 took hold in those crucial 50.
Strong language from the start now on BBC Two in the Sign Zone from the straight-talking Brooklyn lawyer.
Drama in the Sign Zone now on BBC Two. There's bad news coming to Holby City.
Time for the Sign Zone now on BBC Two. Panorama, the electric car revolution, winners and losers.
Sign Zone takes over now on BBC Two, and Fiona's got a pretty strong clue as to where the Antiques Roadshow is today.
Now on BBC Two, Dom's in a vulnerable position at Holby City.
Drama in the Sign Zone now on BBC Two, later than billed. A life-changing decision in Holby City.
And we continue the Sign Zone now on BBC Two with Hanson holding vigil by Roxana's bedside at Holby City.
A ghostly mystery in the Sign Zone now on BBC Two. See if it spooks the doctor.
Into the Sign Zone now on BBC Two with a very special view. The equator from the air.
One man and his dog now in the Sign Zone as BBC Two gets herding with Countryfile.